afternoon everyone. Sorry I'm a bit late. I was making a cup of tea and then got distracted with boxes of supplies that have arrived ready for Monday's show. Let me know, as always, if you're all okay. Hope you're keeping well. What you're up to, what you've been making, what you'll be up to for tomorrow's VE Day celebrations. Of course, always let me know if you can hear me okay. Give us a wave, give us a hello, and we can go through the Facebook Live that we'll be doing today. Let me know where you're from. Let me know what you've been up to. It's always nice to catch up with you guys. So yeah, just give me a wave in the comments to let me know all is okay. We're going to be doing a live demonstration on the From the Heart card shape, which is by popular request. So we put a little poll up on Monday within the crafters group to see what you guys would like to see demonstrated today, and you requested the From the Heart. If there's anyone who has any burning desires to see any one of the collections or techniques or whatever, what you'd like to see demonstrated, by all means pop a little message in the group and we'll add it to the files. Again, I would try and put polls up as well, just to get you guys interacting as well. It's a nice sunny day out there today, really bright outside. Just let me know. I'll give it a couple of minutes because I know I'm a bit late logging on. Apologies for that. But I couldn't do a live without a cup of tea. It's just one of those things now, isn't it? It's our little Thursday afternoon routine. So, as I say, popular request, From the Heart card shape. It's a really fun card shape to work with. Can be used in so many different ways as well. I'm just looking around for my sneak peeks, which I've put somewhere safe. Incredibly safe, because I have no idea where. Oh, there we are, back again, sorry. Hello everyone. Oh, lots of messages coming in now as well. Pam's here. Hi Pam. And Darlene, oh, in New York, fantastic. Hi Darlene. Valerie, trouble locating you now. Yeah, I had trouble locating me. That's definitely my fault for for being me, basically, and just letting time run away with me. Oh good, you've got your tea as well. Yeah, tea is an absolute must, isn't it? I was looking for card shapes. I have to apologise, it is absolute organised chaos. I use the word organised in the loosest possible sense. As you may have seen in the events, we are prepping for a back to air show on Monday, 9:45 and 3 o'clock, I think. And we will be showcasing Naughty But Mice. Absolute, just amazing collection. It's so sweet and full of love. So lovely floral collection as well. And it's the first time these two have been to air together, and it will be the first time you've seen mirrored vignettes on Naughty But Mice as well. So everywhere, every surface is literally covered in demos, card, die sets, samples, boards, you know, the works ready for a show, because everything has to be done in a certain order to make sure everything's ready for the shows. And I've just kind of literally swept everything off my desk ready for Facebook Live today. So bear with me, I will find some samples. I think I can see them. Yeah, here we go. Oh yeah, there's this. There we have some. Sorry for my disorganisation, as per usual. Kaz is here. Hi Kaz. Barbara's here. Tina. Oh, hi guys. Busy Bee. Yeah, something like that. It's always fun though, always fun. So From the Heart card shape is what we're going to be doing today, and as I just said, it can be used in so many different ways. Here is one. So that basically the outline shape is your card shape, but you see here, Janine on this one has made it into a gatefold with these little tuck-ins on the side, and it's been fully decorated using the beautiful florals from this collection as well. I have no idea what's going on with the light, sorry everyone. It features all of this filigree work as well, so this really lovely open work design behind the card. And again, because all the dies are separate, you can use them in a whole host of different ways. For example, Vicky has made this one. You probably saw many of these on the show. I think the show was maybe 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, something in that time frame. There you go, so you can make it into an easel card. So this time around, Vicky's cut the card shape, She's then folded in those little arms, decorated with them, the mats and layers from the collection as well. Again, this heart shape to the middle, and then this beautiful spray of flowers, this beautiful bouquet. And of course, you've got the butterflies on that easel fold there as well. So yet another way you can use that card shape. Hi, Harry. Harry's watching as well. Hi, yeah. Leslie, yeah, Janine's just fantastic designs. All the design team, really, really brilliant. Linda wouldn't be without this one. Oh, fantastic, thank you. Mum's watching. Hi, Mum. She'll probably say something in a minute. Another way to use that card shape is you can actually trim it down. So this one has been designed by Pam. She's got the lovely pop-out heart to the centre, and this time around you can actually use those sides to fold in for postage or fold back for postage if you wish as well. But by trimming that top down, you then get a totally different look to that card shape again. Really, really gorgeous. Again, little butterfly motifs. You've got the gardenia on there. Snip away those butterflies as well. And of course, you've got those filigree elements that you can cut into or out of the card. And finally, oh, this one's got glue on it, so it's probably mine. It looks like, is it mine? Maybe. I can't remember. Sorry if it's someone else's who's made this one. I think I might have made this one on this show or similar. Or it might be Claire's. Sorry, everyone. This one is a great example of that filigree work being cut out of the card as well. So again, lots and lots of options. Beautiful use of the flowers up here. You see how much decoupage layers you get within those. Quill as well, which was one of the extras on the show, all surrounding that pop-up heart shape. Hi, Sharon. Hi, Lavinia's here as well. Hi, yeah, Leslie. Never thought about cutting it down. Yeah, really, really fab idea. So lots and lots of different ways of using that card shape. Of course, we've obviously used it with all of the florals from the Heart collection, but you don't have to. You can absolutely use it with your own stash. So, you know, perhaps you've got those dies tucked at the back of the cupboard that you haven't used in a little while. You want to give them a new lease of life. By introducing a new card set into your collection, you basically extend your stash really, really quickly and really, really easily. Little sip of tea. Ian's here as well. Hi, Ian. It's lovely to have your company. So I think we've got lots of people watching, so thank you so much for joining me. We're going to be doing our little card shape now. So let me turn the camera around. Like so. Oh my goodness, it's working today, which is always nice. And here is my desk, full of mess, as you can see. But we're going to be showing you how to cut because, you know, the great thing about obviously Create and Craft is we get to showcase the new launches and things like that. But the extra special thing about having these Facebook Lives is we can go into far more detail. So if you've got any questions as we go through, pop them up and I will try my very best to answer them as we go as well. First off, when we're cutting the card shape, you'll see at the top of the die here and just at the bottom here, you've got two little nodules. Now those nodules give you the center line for the card design. Because you're working in this pop-up design, so where you can get the heart in a mountain and valley fold to pop out from the center of the card, it just allows you to line things up really, really key. To help everything on its way, score your A4 card down the center and have those little nodules, those little pips, line up. Okay, it just gives you a little bit more of a ease for when you're designing, and it just makes sure everything is lined up properly. The card that I'm using, this one, is 240 GSM, and it's the super smooth. It's our super smooth, but you can absolutely use anything. I'd recommend anything from 240 upwards, really. Tina, will there be new colourways for Naughty But Mice or double-sided vignettes? Well, there won't be new colourways because there is already plenty to choose from for Naughty But Mice, but there will be mirrored vignettes. So that's going to be the first time you will see mirrored vignettes on Naughty But Mice. If you're not sure what mirrored vignettes are, we will have a look at those as we go through the Facebook demonstration. Darlene's just messaged, love the Facebook Lives. Oh, thanks, Darlene. I love doing them as well. It's nice because I get to have a chat with you guys as well. So we're going to cut this one out. I've got my cutting plate ready to go, but what I want to create in the top here is that pop-out design for the hearts. Now you'll notice when it comes to the heart dies themselves, I tend to keep them on my repositionable tape like this, because once I've got them lined up, I then know exactly which order they go back in. So for this pop out design, you want to select the outer die, the filigree die, outer die and filigree die. These outer dies have little areas on the sides where there's no cut line. Okay, that means you're going to get this cut top and bottom, but the actual overall shape is going to stay in the card. That then allows you to create this pop out look. So I flip that over and align it again with the points of the heart, top and bottom, like so, just lining up with that central fold line. I'm going to grab a little bit more repositionable tape just to hold everything in place as it goes through the cutting machine. Little tip of repositionable tape, don't take it off the roll and stick it straight on. Just either take some of the sticky off on your hand or on your trousers, whatever's easiest, to take most of the sticky off there. We then pop that through our cutting machine in whatever sandwich is recommended for these type of dies. And obviously due to the size, it does need an A4 cutting base. Okay, so hopefully that's going to stay in place. Hopefully I've got enough tape on it. And we just run that through. I'm using Cut Tidy as well, just to give the die a little bit more of a squidge as it goes through, because we're working with all that filigree involved as well. That's just cutting through. It's probably going to hit sort of paper and die cut mountain on the other side of my cutting machine. Yeah, just about. There we go. And if we just gently ease that away, and we bring it into shot, you'll see that's cut the outline. So it's cut the outline and you've still got that nice strong score along the middle of your card to create the pop out effect. So let's just gently take the dies away from the paper. As I say, I do like to use a little bit extra repositionable tape than what I would normally use, just because you've got all these different elements that are going to cut and work with each other. What die cutting machine do I use? I use the Cut and Boss. It's an electronic machine, so no having to crank a handle or anything like that. Cuts in about 19 seconds, and it's a really nice even pressure along the design as well. I know most of the DT all use the Cut and Boss as well. It's what we use at work, in the office, when the office is up and running. But there you go. Okay, you see how that's cut. So you've cut all of that detailing, all the little filigrees around the edge, but because you've got those areas on the heart itself that don't cut, it leaves the filigree detail in. So just by folding back and folding forward, oh, come out you, just manipulating that card a little bit so you can get your first pop out like so, and then you can also have the back going back as well, just by bending that fold the other way. It's always nice at this stage just to give it a little extra squidge in the direction that you want it to pop, and when it stands you've then got your mountain and your valley folds in your pop out design. Still posts flat, but when you open it, it kind of gives you this hinge effect. Darlene, my plates are so flat. Yeah, interesting combination with the plates. I found the best way, that's going to need turning in a minute because it's a little bit bowed, is D, B, A. Then I either have my magnetic sheet or some card. Then I do A on top is what my combination is, and it just keeps those cutting plates from warping too much. I still turn them occasionally. That little flat plate will need turning now, but it just stops everything from bowing too much. So we have our card shape all cut out ready. I'm going to grab the one I cut earlier because this one's still got little filigree bits in that need popping out. If I grab this one and try and move some of the items just that we'll be decorating it with, just little options there to give us an idea of how we can put this together. Obviously, you know, it is totally up to you. As I said before, you could be using things that you have got in your stash, or you could be using the different floral collections from the heart range. So exactly the same cut that we've got on here. I haven't actually folded this one yet. So folding back, letting that heart pop forward, giving that a squeeze, and then letting that other one pop back as well and just giving that a little squeeze. Okay, it creates this really lovely dynamic look to your card shape. What we can also do at this stage is then start embellishing that heart. So by using the dies that cut fully, you can recreate that filigree look in whatever you like. So this time around we're using the from the heart card pack, and a little bit of super clear, come on glue, it's been well used today, a little bit of super clear glue gel just on the back. So using an applicator, we just want to go in just in some areas, add a little dab of glue, and we're going to start decorating up this card. Is anyone crafting along with me? Do let me know in the comments. I always see really lovely posts afterwards where people post up their own versions of what they've been making along during the Facebook Lives. It's always nice to see. And I have to say, guys, your designs that you've been popping up in group are just wonderful. It's such an inspiration to see all of your work coming together in group as well. So little bits of glue all the way around. And then again, you'll notice all of the dies themselves have these little fold lines in them, these little scores. It just means you can get a nice crisp look when you want to come to build this card up. So let's just line that up so that the white is all flush. And you can see how it starts really building the depth of this design. Now, I've used repositionable tape, so I have got a little bit of sticky on my card, so we can use just an eraser just to get that sticky off in any areas where we popped the tape. Just gets rid of any mess caused by that repositionable tape, like so. A little bit more there, off you come. So it's all these little finishing touches, just sort of feel your way around the cardstock, just feeling for any areas of sticky, and it just gives you a really nice professional finish when you make sure you've got everything covered. Hi Gay, it's lovely to have your company as well. So that's our first layer. So we've got our pop art card, but let's add in more detailing. I'm looking for this one. So again, you can cut out the central heart shape as well with a filigree design, and again you can cut it with the score lines down the middle. I think for this one I'm going to add it with red liner tape, so a little bit just down the middle like so, because rather than glue, so I don't want to glue it flat, I still want this ability to then sort of pop it out, have it as a little pop out design in its own right, giving you even more dimension to that middle. And just stick it to the centre and then lift. So it doesn't matter if it's not exactly straight, because you're still going to have that lovely lift to it as well. To the sides, let's add in some more. If I just grab them off of the die set here, like so, you've got. Oops, sorry, internet's being a bit of a handful today. Hopefully you're all still there. Let me know. Tina, I think it's generous of Carnation Crafts to give all the different backing papers free downloads. Oh, thank you. No, that's really kind, Tina. We like to be able to give you guys lots of things to be able to craft with as well. So the mats and layers, you can either cut them as solid colours, you can cut them as filigrees. So this white one in this layer has been cut by using the inner and outer die. So positioning it like so and cutting the white. And the blue layer is obviously the matte layer there as well. If you wanted to, as we keep saying, you can cut into the card exactly as well, just using the filigree layer too. So that would go like so, run it through your cutting machine, and then you've got, oops, the filigree detailing, oops, that you see there. Oh, I've got a couple of people saying they've lost me. I've got a live back on. Hopefully you've been able to find me again. The internet has been a bit intermittent here today, so apologies. So yeah, you can create all these different looks from it as well. This time around we're going to use them as full colours. So we've stuck them using just finger lift tape and getting this kind of nice sweeping look to them, just lining them up and sticking them in place, both sides, because obviously you've got your left and your right on these ones. And like so. And green and blue isn't often a combination you'll see together, but because the From the Heart papers are so beautifully coordinated, because they're all of the same tonal colour, they all really tend to match. So it's nice to really experiment with the colours as well and have a little bit of a play, see what works for you. They do pair really nicely with this kind of crisp white finish as well. So we kind of highlighted that by using the filigree in the white too. So one little sweep of filigree on one side, one sweep to the other. Like so. Just tucking that down, making sure you've got it even both sides. And you see how that sweeping effect really elongates the curve there. So you could, I mean, if you wanted to, just add a sentiment, add your best wishes to the centre of that card, and you've got a really pretty card ready to go. Or we can start having a play with the different vignettes. So I've got some of the flowers already cut and decoupaged from the vignettes, and you'll see all of the flowers are cut from our mirrored vignettes. And when we say mirrored vignettes, we mean basically you could cut them one way and at the same time it will cut the back. So it now means all of the backs to your designs are just as beautifully coloured as the front. When it comes to cards like this where you'll see elements from the other side coming through, it just means it gives you a really professional finish. It also allows you to create mirrors of one another where you can use the sweep, say, of this eucalyptus one way and then have it mirrored and sweep in the other way. Okay, so it just gives you options on that. We're going to start building that up. So we're going to have the gardenia to one side of our heart. Let's use a little bit of glue gel. I'm going to be careful with the glue gel because obviously I don't want it coming sort of out the back of my design. Just need to unblock the tip like so. And like I always say, the reason I use glue gel, it gives me a little bit of wiggle room. Darlene, how do we do the mirrored vignettes together? You don't need to, is the short answer. If you are using things like Pro Paper, we recommend Pro Paper in a matte 128 GSM. Because it's that matte surface, it does tend to stick to itself, which means you don't need to add any glue. The paper will just hold in its own right. However, if you're using anything different, what we'd recommend is either a little bit of white glue, not too much so the paper doesn't wrinkle, or you can use spray adhesive as well. Eucalyptus in next. I always tend to pop down the first flowers and then work from back to front. It's totally up to you how you do this, but by working back to front, because you've got wiggle room on the glue gel, it just allows you to build your design without too much trouble, without having to restick and restick and restick, because you've got that main feature down first. It allows you to go in and then build up the design around it. So we're going to take the eucalyptus, the mirrored version of that eucalyptus, again, a few little drops of glue, doesn't need much at all. And then just have that sweeping round, again, making sure it sticks to that heart as well. So the heart is still coming loose from the rest of the card there as well. So you see how you can then create this lovely sweeping design with that eucalyptus. I wanted to add in a little bit of fluff, a little bit more texture as well, and these, the Gypsophilia, are perfect for that. Really lovely if you want to add it in a big bold swatch as well, but it really comes into its own if you snip it down as well. So we're just going to gently snip it away from the rest of the die set there. And we're just going to test the tuck-in. So let's just cut that down even further. And we're literally just going to pop these in wherever we feel, all around the gardenia and the eucalyptus, just to really bring it to life, give it even more depth and texture. This time around, I'm going to use some more of my white glue. Where have you gone, white glue? There you are. Oh, you can hear I'm coming to the end of this one. I need to open another one, really. There we go. And just to save me getting glue absolutely everywhere, I will use a glue applicator just on the tips of this gypsophilia that I've trimmed away, ready to tuck in behind the designs. So just again softening that edge, softening it, giving it a little fluffy look to it, tucking it behind the eucalyptus leaves there. Let's add in a few little more and just basically carry and continue that line all the way round. Any more questions, guys, as we're going through the card making? Let me know, pop them in the comments and we'll try and answer. It is a really great opportunity to chat and just, you know, ask those questions that you've been wanting to ask. I've lost my scissors. There they are, right in front of me. Does anyone else do that when you're working? You put things down and they just suddenly are engulfed by the mess of the desk, never to be seen again. That's pretty standard practice for me. A little bit more glue on the back. And again, you're just adding it so it gets that little hint of design, just as you would do it in a bouquet. It is basically the same as building a bouquet of flowers. You are just adding in highlights, you're adding in those details just to give a more natural look to the finish of the card design. A few little ones just behind that eucalyptus there. Sanel's here. Hi from Tampa in Florida. Oh, that's fabulous. Hi Sanel, thank you for joining us. Video all the time. I just don't know how I do it, honestly. It's a mystery how I manage to get through demos on air, because honestly everything goes missing whilst I'm working on this desk or in my studio at home. I mean home, not Peterborough home. Okay, so just adding in a few more little details. I want to fill in, you know, even layering it up behind gypsophilia that's already there. Do you see how instantly that's giving you this lovely fluffy edge, almost like a what do you call it, a scalloped edge to the design there as well. It just gives such pretty detailing as well. Now you can go to town, you can add in even more gypsophilia, we can snip more away, you can add more in. It's really up to you. At the end of the day, it is your card, however you want it to look, however you want it to be made. I'm going to go in and just add just a little bit more, just because we can. We've got plenty of time to enjoy the afternoon of card making. And just adding in, I think let's pop some. Sorry everyone, I'm not sure what's going on there. My phone's playing all sorts. Bear with. Hopefully you've not lost me. Leslie Owen. Leslie's back. Hopefully I'm still here as well. It does say live. Kirsty's here as well. Hi Kirsty. Okay, just trimming that down. And just adding more detail. So you see how you can really start to really extend the die cuts you're getting. Yes, the gypsophilia looks fantastic, cut in its full glory, all of its beautiful detailing, but look how many little die cuts I'm getting out by snipping into it and just adding in that detail. So a little bit more glue. And this is where, you know, you just get more time to go through designs on the Facebook Live, because the design can build naturally. You can add in more details, add in more precious little moments, precious little elements there. I think that's looking really cool. It's looking like a proper bouquet of flowers, but it does come together really quickly when you've got obviously the die cuts and the vignettes ready to go. To this, I think as a like finishing flourish, let's go in with our In the Breeze butterflies. Now these are a lovely long line sweeping graduation of butterflies. They're in this kind of stylized form, so you've still got all of that detail, you've still got the vignettes for them, but because the wings are all in this open work design, it gives them a really light texture. So we're going to use just one individual one. Let's just release him from the overall composition, just snipping away from the rest of the gang there. Those other ones can obviously be put to one side and used in another project at another time. Just snipping down and neatening up wherever we've cut away. Even though we're going to use one, we're going to give him lots of height. So we're going to cut him a couple of times from a couple of die cuts. Now these look fantastic. If you want to add them just in plain card as well, just as a silhouette, just as an outline, they look amazing sort of in black card. Would look absolutely brilliant cut and stuck onto acetate to give you like a stained glass effect, because you could colour in the acetate behind with ink lily, alcohol markers for example, if you wanted to. Do let me know if there's any ways you've used them. You've had these dies home, you thought, yeah, I really loved using these in my designs. Share with us, because it's always nice to hear how other people use their designs, how they use their dies. And so let's have 3 layers, why not? So just trimming away those little cables, if you like, that just connect that butterfly to the rest of its troop. All the rest can go into my little scrap box there. So now we've got 3 butterflies. But let's give them a little bit of shape. So if we just take our pokey tool and just gently encourage the wings around, and then we can just sculpt the wings over the end of the pokey tool as well, giving them an extra little flourish at the end. So it gives you this sense of movement. It looks like the butterfly is in mid-flight. Now these have been printed onto Pro paper, so it gives you really great likeness of the artwork as intended, but because we're using those mirrored vignettes, it's giving you that strength. Obviously it's 128 GSM Pro paper that's been doubled up, but also it means when we come to do these flourishes and things, the underside is coloured as well. So if I flip this butterfly round, it's all coloured on the reverse as well, so there's no white area, so you can really stack these up in their design and not have to worry that it's going to look odd if you've got any white areas under the wings there. So final little flourish with the glue. So again, just white glue down the body. Oh, that's a bit gloopy, sorry everyone. Just down the body of the butterfly, because we don't want to stick the wings, we just want to stick the body to one another. So that's the first layer, and then go even more to town, even more lift in those wings. Just gently squidge them together. Let's just stick that last one on. A little bit more glue just along the back. It's a good job this glue dries clear, because I am a bit heavy-handed when it comes to glue. Leslie, what have you put? I've started putting my Carnation dies onto spare magnetic sheets in the wallets. That's a great idea. As you find the tape a little bit too strong, I will demo how to get the dies off without obviously fear of damaging them or anything like that. They obviously need to be transported with tape on to ensure they arrive with you guys securely and safely and undamaged. But yeah, there's a really easy trick to get the dies off of the carrier sheets as well. So you see, just by adding layers and layers of that butterfly, it's just 3 layers there, but you've created a really great 3D look to that design. It looks like it is literally in flight. And that butterfly is going to grace just the bottom of our design. So again, a little bit more glue just to the centre, just to hold it in place. And then we need to decide where it's going to sit. Should we sit it at the top, so it's almost fluttering off the card, or fluttering through the card? This is what's great about card making. You can make it twice and make it whichever way you want. I think let's have it fluttering up this side of the eucalyptus there as well. So just holding it in place just gently, just to let that glue just grab hold, and then we can go in and just titivate those wings through the card. I'm glad we went through the card. Okay, that really full, really sumptuous, really gorgeous design. Just look at all of the depth, especially in that butterfly, especially in those flowers there. It just gives you this sense of grandeur when it comes to card making. Now obviously for postage you can flip these little side areas back, just fold them through, give them an extra score if you need them. Valerie, I have this set, in fact, last 3 sets, love them. Thank you. It's always nice to hear that you're enjoying the collections there. So, I mean, that's our From the Heart card shape. And again, totally different to the different designs that you've already seen. Comes together really quickly, really easily. And I think that butterfly will probably be making an appearance on lots of other card designs in the near future. Great for, you know, Mother's Day, just because, happy birthdays, however you want to create it, really. Let me flip this round. Oh, goodness, that's the ceiling. Oh, that's really close. Oof. Right, so I'm trying to get you an idea where you can, that's better, you can see the whole card then. But you see how the white space really works with the colour as well. You've got all this area down here empty. Don't ever be afraid of leaving things empty. If you've gone for a full-on card shape with all of this detailing, let the detailing speak for itself. Having those areas of white space really allow that design, that key design element, to stand out and transform. Have elements where you're colour coordinating. So you've got the blue and the green of the filigree here, then repeat that same patterning down the side. If you want something that's quite a light and airy card, it doesn't need much more than that. Let the cards have the space to breathe, and you'll find it's a really interesting way to start designing and start creating. I'm probably not allowed to say this, but I'm going to say it anyway because it's live and no one can stop me. From the Heart will be launching very soon on our website. If you haven't done so already, what I could highly recommend is joining our newsletter, carnationcrafts.co.uk/newsletter. That way you'll get hints, sneak peeks, exclusive offers as well ahead of the game. I'd recommend signing up to that if you can. As I say, From the Heart will be launching very soon on our website. Keep checking is the is the rule of thumb for this afternoon. Does anyone have any questions? Because I'm here. I don't know what the time is actually. 3:45. I'll be here for the next, I don't know, maybe half an hour or so. Type in the comments, let me know if you do have any questions. By all means, type them up and I'll try and get around as many as I can. As a reminder, we're going to try and continue doing these Facebook Lives every week for you. I will be popping up polls in the group, so if there's anything you desperately want to see, anything you're unsure of, anything you just want a helping hand with, or anything you'd just like to see again, do let us know on those polls. Do let us know what you'd love to see, because we'd be really super pleased to include those within our Facebook Lives for you. Back to air, as I've said, on Monday, 9:45 and 3 o'clock, featuring Naughty But Nice and Full of Love. I have to remember because there's so much to remember. What else do I have to say? Oh, there's bunting. There's bunting on our website at the moment to celebrate 75 years, the 75th anniversary of VE Day. Really lovely download, lots of different shapes in there, lots of different vignettes as well. So if you are looking for a quick craft, perhaps you want to involve the kids, for example, to make some decorations for tomorrow, it is now live on our website for you to enjoy. Valerie, can you do a magazine, please? Yeah, I know so many people do ask about that. Absolutely is the answer, but at the moment we are obviously a small team, small but dedicated team. But yeah, it's something that we're not saying no to, but it's something we would have to look to for the future. We'd love to be able to do that for you guys, but yeah, everything is it's just, oh goodness me, so many things to look forward to. Tip about getting the dies off the sheet. Thank you, Lavinia, I had forgotten that. So the dies will come on their carrier sheet in their protective packaging as well. Now, another tip, the card shape, a lot of people ask, well, where does everything go? The simple answer is wherever you want it to go. That is the beauty of die cutting. That is the beauty of card making. So we have given you a suggestion. The way that it is laid out in the From the Heart card shape is just a way that you could use these dies in these areas. Obviously, because they're squares and shapes, you can then use them. So these ones, for example, you could use down here. These ones, for example, you could use down here. These little ones, for example, you could have hugging the heart shape. So the packaging works as a guide, but because it is up to you guys how you want to use them, it just gives you an idea. To get dies off the carrier sheet, fold the carrier sheet gently and peel away. Okay, so you'll hear it popping and it comes away nice and easily from the carrier sheet there as well. So wherever there is tape, just gently fold it back and gently ease it away. Hopefully that makes sense. Love your demos. Thank you guys. It's really nice to know that you're enjoying the demos and tutorials as well. Okay, I can't see any more questions coming in, but I know my internet has been playing up, so I will check back afterwards. By all means, post your comments up. Always lovely to hear from you. And if you have made along, please include your card make with in-group, because I'd love to see them. Catch you later, guys. Probably next week, possibly Sunday, if I do a sneak peek ahead of the show. But I will always add the details up in events as well. Thanks, everyone. See you later. Bye-bye.